What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3 Episode 5 review. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only, not to be taken seriously or literally, meaning my jokes and jones. So if that works for you, let's get into this video. But before I do, I want to let you guys know that this upcoming Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Time will be my interview with actress Christine Horn, who stars as Mabel Jones on BMF, and she starred as Black Diamond on Snowfall from season 4 to season 6. You do not want to miss this review. It is awesome, like one of my best interviews to date, so do not miss that. And this upcoming week I will be dropping my interview with Love and Marriage DC reality star Winter Williams, so make sure you guys are on the lookout next week for those interviews. Please support. Now let's get into this review of Power. I have been seeing you guys as messages asking, where's the Power reviews? Y'all understand that I have a life. If I don't drop a video 1 week or 2 weeks, it does not mean that I'm done reviewing the show. You guys will know when I'm done, or if I'm no longer reviewing the show, I'll let you guys know. But I just had things going on in my own life that I had to tend to. But anywho, I'm back and let's get into the review. So we start off with Detective or Jenny or whatever that lady name is, child, her annoying tail, questioning Monet about Kevin Whitman's murder, honey, because on last week's episode, she set him up to be pow-powed in her home. She does not believe that Whitman was really stalking Monet or anything like that. She's trying to find a loophole in her not confession, but her side of the story on what happened or whatever. But Monet has her story iron tight, and Diana is aiding and helping in that. So then we see Tariq in class, in that same class. I swear this boy don't go to not now another class at this dang on school. Can we please see him in gym? Can we see him in a biology class? Can we see him in some type of algebra, Y2K? I don't know, child, but can we please get him out of this one classroom that keep on rotating teachers? Like, Jesus Christ. The only thing I want to say about this scene is that it's pretty clear to me that Salim is a narc. Salim seems to me like he is an implant for the FBI or, the feds or whoever. He is not a regular college student, and he is using Diana for information, because every time they have a conversation, he keep on bringing up her family life, and she's so dumb. She keep on talking to him about the stuff. So she gonna end up having to kill his little self. So Monet wants Tariq to find out where International Guap was the night of Zeke's murder, because, that's who Lorenzo told her was the person that was there that night or whatever. Because at this point, after reading the file that Davis gave her, she's realizing that the fingerprints didn't match International Guap's, and that it was Lorenzo's fingerprints that was on the gun or in that area. I forgot what it was, but now she's starting to doubt and wondering now if Lorenzo did it. And I was like, ooh, child, your days is numbered, Lorenzo, child. She been waiting to get rid of you anyway. So Monet confronts Tariq then tells Monet that after, talking to some people, he got it on good accord that International Guap did not kill Zeke because he was out of the country. So at this point, she like, oh, okay, so niggas is lying to me. Okay. So she then confronts Kane about it and asks who told him that it was International Guap that did it. He was like, Lorenzo, the one that told me. She was like, why would you believe him? And he was like, well, he is my daddy, ain't he? Like, you acting like this is one of the ops, like this is Pop. And so she was just like, okay, all right. So at this point, Monet is really suspicious now and not knowing really who she can trust. At this point, the only person that she really can truly rely on is Tariq and probably Drew. You know what I'm saying? Drew ain't never gave her no problems. But she really, at this point, I think is kind of side-eyeing Kane, and most definitely side-eyeing Lorenzo. And I think with the way things played out in tonight's episode, it's about to be an all-out war with the Tejadas, and nobody is going to be safe. Especially when, I'll talk about that in a minute. But let me get back on track. So Tariq, Effie, Brayden, and Kiki all head to Italy to do business with RSJ. I think that's his name. Yeah, RSJ. And it's so dope that 50 Cent put it out there last year that he wanted to work with that actor. He was the actor that played on The Wire. And he put it out there on social media like, where is dude at? Like, he's a great actor. I want to work with him. And he made it happen and gave him a pivotal role on this season of Power. So shout out to 50 for that. That's what's up. I really want him to work with Mac Wilds, Tristan. I really want him to work with him, or for him to get a lead actor role on some type of like crime mafia type of thing, because Tristan did the dang on thing playing Michael on The Wire, and I want to see him in another gritty, ruthless role like that. But anywho, so they head to Italy to go handle this business for Weston, the Weston group or whatever. And on the way to get on the PJ, Brayden goofy self drop his cell phone, and Kiki picks it up and sees all these cash coin deposits. So she kind of looking like, what's going on here? And I'm like, Brayden is so dang goofy. He just like a goof troop. Like everything about him is just like, oh my God. He could never be compared to Tommy. Never ever. So Kane ends up telling Lorenzo over drinks that Monet is getting suspicious and he should just tell her, like, just tell a dude. And he was like, nah, because she's going to hate me and I just can't do it. Like, he just like, nah, I'm not going to do that because I already know where this is going to go. Like, he knows if he tells Monet, it's a wrap for him. And I'm looking at Kane like, if she find out that you knew, it's a wrap for you too, homeboy. So once again, we have to be subjected to Drew getting his back cracked. I swear we have had more sex scenes with Drew in the 3 seasons this show has been on than any other character on this show. We get it. Drew is a hoe. Drew like the fuck. We get it. We understand it. But can he do something else besides sucking dick? Oh my God. Y'all built him up to be like the Michael Corleone in this family. And all we see him do is sticking penises in his mouth. Oh my God. Can we get some heterosexual love scenes? And y'all know I go up for the LGBTQ community. But my God, can we just stop, ceasefire? And what happened to Ezekiel or Zaire, whatever his little boyfriend name was? When did they officially break up and it's just over? And now he over here smashing his cousin friend that he grew up. Oh God, it's just too much. Like, can we just please stop? But anywho, so Gordo is ramming him up, filling him up, and ends up getting a phone call from his people who tell him that one of the rednecks that they ran up on that he was locked up with was actually a CI. So they got to go kill this dude, retrieve some evidence or whatever. And for a minute there, Drew is doubting him and wondering, was he trying to set them up or whatever? He was like, dude, if I was trying to set y'all up, why would I be telling you? So they head over to the hospital to finish dude off before he can say anything or incriminate them in any kind of way. But it is sworn by police. They end up being able though to get his belongings from the hospital, and they get his phone and delete all of the photographs and take his SIM card and take the phone and break it and stuff like that. So Monet visits Evelyn at Evelyn's like little bar or whatever and tells her that Lorenzo was the one that put a hit out on Frank when he found out Frank was a snitch. And so she was like, so you knew this whole time, so you've been lying to me too. Like, girl, you ain't no better. And Monet was like, you got to do what you got to do. I felt like you needed to know, because if I knew who killed my son, I would most definitely want to do something about it. But Evelyn was on some, it ain't going to help the situation if I do something to Lorenzo, because it would affect your kids and my kids, and I don't want to start no war. It's just too much. She was just like, she wanted to leave it alone. And Monet basically left it on some, well, girl, if you change your mind, I won't care, honey. So the plan at that point was already set in motion for her to get Lorenzo popped, because at this point she knows in her soul that he was the one that had something to do with Zeke being pow-powed. So Tariq ends up telling Effie that he loves her while they sitting in Italy, honey. And he promises that, he want to get out the game and build a life with her and everything. And I was like, oh, now you want to build a life. Now you want a dog with a house and a picket fence. Oh, just like your daddy wanted to be out. Oh, now you see. This ain't no pity pat Peter Pan type shit. Like you really in the game, homeboy. And I hope that he actually makes it out though in the end. I really honestly do. And I hope that him and Diana make it out together. But who knows, child, with this type of show, child, that's just too much like right. So anywho, after that, while they having a little lovey-dovey moment, in walks Noma and her hitter, her buffoon, and they looking like, girl, how you know where we at? You got a GPS tracked on her and on us. And so she tells them that she wants them to use RSJ to get a bug that Mecha planted from in this oil giant, who is her ex mansion, and she needs that bug taken out that house. And so she was like, y'all need to get this done or it's gonna be for y'all too. So now they looking like, oh my God, now we got to deal with this crap. So we then see them at this mansion party or whatever, and RSJ is just really surprised with how Tariq is coming on this trip. Like, he is just doing an outstanding job. And while Tariq is entertaining RSJ, Brayden and Effie are roaming around the mansion trying to find this bug. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, this was just getting a little bit too Mission Impossible for me. It's just like, okay, all right. Now we're dealing with espionage. Just like, okay, all right. It was just a little bit over the top for me. I could have dealt without this little storyline in tonight's episode, but I guess. So Brayden ends up finding it, but right when he finds it, he ends up getting caught. And the dudes end up taking him down into this room and further down and strip him and start whooping his tail. But Effie sees when he's taken and is able to go and confiscate the bug, but she ends up getting caught as well. But she's able to flirt her way out of it and asks to go and see the owner of the house private art collection. And so the guy end up showing her around the house. So like I said, Brayden is getting the brakes beat off of him, and I was like, okay, what's his name in real life? Giuliano, Guillermo, whatever that child name, Giuseppe, whatever that baby name is in real life. I was like, okay, he got a little body. He got a little real big muscular chest. I was like, okay, he been exercising. Okay, Brayden, how you doing? So, after that, the owner of the house comes in and basically was like, who sent you here? Who are you working for? And Brayden won't talk. He will not give up the answers. So his people just continue to beat him up pretty much. So then we see Lorenzo telling Diana, that she don't have to be a part of the business no more. That was the point of him sending her to school, was to get her out of that life. He apologizes. And she's just like, thank you, Poppy. Oh my God, I'm just so happy. And I'm like, girl, wait till you find out your Poppy is. You ain't got nobody to help you now, girl. So then we see Kiki searching for Brayden. She goes to Tariq's room looking for him, and Effie got rid of her real quick, was like, why is you looking for him after hours? This ain't got nothing to do with work. And so that made her scurry off real quick. And so at this point, Tariq was like, we're going to have to use this bug as leverage to get Brayden back, because we just can't leave him over here. So after that, we see Monet talking to Gordo about grief and pain, and asks, how long does it take to heal? He was like, you never really do. And he was like, if I ever knew who the person was that killed my father, like, I'll murk him immediately. So already Monet was like, okay, got that information in my head. I know exactly what I need to do. Since your mama wouldn't bite, I'm going to use you. So Saxe ends up finding evidence that can get Theo, Davis's brother, out of jail. So Davis is so excited and happy that he ends up jumping up from his desk and sliding his key to his drawer underneath his laptop and was like, well, let's go, And so Sack acts like he was going to go with him for a minute. He was like, no, I need to stay back. I got some cases I need to work on. And so when Davis leaves, he then goes back into Davis's office, takes the key, opens up his drawer, and finds the stolen file that he got from Detective Whitman. And so now he's looking like, okay, now we got something that I can show Jenny. So he calls Jenny, but Jenny was like, she can't be bothered right about now because she got something going on. So this makes him even more suspicious on what Jenny got going on, because every time he reach out to her, she's never answering the phone. And he's low-key feeling like, is she just fucking me? And bouncing? Like, am I just some dick to her and nothing else? Like, what's good? So Saxe gives her a call and is watching her from his car, and she doesn't answer. She sends him the voicemail. So he then starts following her because he want to know what's the tea. Like, is she smashing somebody else? Like, what is going on? So we then see Tariq do a trade-off for Brayden, and in exchange for Brayden, he's going to give, what's this man's name? Lombardi the bug. So as they're doing the trade, they're giving Brayden, and he gives the dude the bug, but then the dude put the gun to his head and was like, who sent you? Who sent you? And of course, Tariq is not going to answer. And then next thing you know, it's hitters coming out of everywhere. Noma and her little mini me, and they body everybody. She ends up getting the bug and telling Tariq and Effie and them that, y'all are smarter than I thought that y'all were. And now that I'm going to be running Francisco Lombardi's company and territories and everything, I'm really gonna expand. I'm gonna need y'all, and I'm gonna be keeping y'all around. So now they're even further under her thumb and can't get away from her. So I can't wait to see how they're gonna be able to get out of this whole situation and get rid of her by the end of the season, because that's what Power loves to do, have a great villain and then kill him off by the end of the season, child. So after that, Effie, when they're about to go head back to the States, shows Tariq that Noma has a daughter by Francisco Lombardi, the guy that she ended up killing. And she was like, in order for us to get rid of her, we need to find her daughter and use the daughter as leverage. And Tariq was like, girl, you need to chill out, because if she'd kill her daughter's father like that, what you think she'd do to us? Like, we got to handle this real smooth. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, he already was starting to look at Effie like, oh, she a wild card. Like, I got to simmer her on down a little bit. So then we see Lorenzo telling Monique that he killed Zeke, child. And I got to give it to Mary J. Blige. Her acting, I don't know what has happened since season 1 and 2, but season 3, she came back and was really stepping into her bag. Like, she acted her tail off in that scene. Both of them did. And she was like, you waited all this time to tell me, and she smacked the dog shit out of him. And she was just hitting him. And he was like, it was an accident. And he then even goes as far as to blame her for the reason why Zeke is dead too. And she was like, I know you ain't trying to blame me. But I was like, girl, that ain't no lie. Because you brought him there. You brought him into the life. You didn't prepare him. You were lying to him. So you do got to take responsibility for it too. But of course, Monet does not want to do that. She want to blame everybody else. And so she tells Lorenzo that he got to go. She put him out, honey. She was like, you getting the hell up out of here. Get your, and get out. So, like I said, Saxe followed Jenny, and he follows her to the house that she's keeping Lauren. So he's trying to get inside, but, the guy at the door won't let him get inside. Jenny comes out and was like, what are you doing? Following me? Like, what's up? Like, are you some type of scorned lover? Like, what are we doing here? And Saxe was like, what is going on? What is it that you're not telling me? Because like I'm giving you everything and you still keeping me out in the cold, keeping me not, out the loop. Next thing you know, Lauren come outside and he was like, you gotta be kidding me. He was like, she alive? You been lying to me this whole time? So you been lying to the both of us. You using both of us. And so Saxe straight up tell Lauren that, Tariq didn't try to kill you. He loved you. Like, I know he didn't have anything to do with it. And Lauren was like, this the same thing I've been saying this whole time, that he didn't have anything to do with it. It was Effie and Brayden. So now she does not trust Jenny. And I think at some point she's just going to end up dipping and leaving because she can't hold her there. You know what I'm saying? So after that, it's the middle of the night and we see Tariq get a phone call from a number that he doesn't know, or I don't know if he knew that was her number or he didn't, but he just got a text saying, meet me at the South Yard or whatever. So he goes, he's trying to see who texted him, and out jumps Lauren. Now I'm going to tell you something. This scene, they needed to redo this scene over because he thought this girl was dead this whole time. He turned around in the middle of the night and see this girl that he was in love with, that he assumed was dead this whole time. And it's just like, Lauren, what are you doing here? Baby, in the middle of the night, and my ex, who I thought was dead, jump out on me. I don't care how hard you are, you gonna pass out. Like, it wasn't it wasn't like, what the fuck? Like, that's just not nothing. You just gonna be like having a normal conversation with somebody that you thought was dead and went to her funeral and all that. Like, come on, bro. Like, that acting in that scene was horrific. So, she was like, were you involved with Effie and Brayden trying to kill me? And he was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, no. And so she was like, well, the feds are building a case against you and you need to be watching your people around you because it don't seem like you can trust them either. So Tariq heads back to his room and he is just like confused. He's angry. He's mad. He's disappointed. He feels betrayed. And Effie was like, what's wrong? And he was like, nothing, I just need to go take a walk. Because Lauren told him, don't tell them that you know that I'm alive. So Effie sits up and was like, it's something I wanted to tell you, something I've been meaning to tell you. And he was like, oh yeah, what? And so she lays there and she thinks about confessing, but she backs out, she chickens out, and instead was like, that I love you too. And he just laying there looking at her like, you trifling bitch, you. I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. I'm like, duh, you knew you shouldn't have trusted her all the way back from the choke days. Like, she played you again, son. That's why I told you to be with Diana, because Diana would never do you like that. But y'all don't want the dark-skinned girl, but that's what it is. So, we then see Monet at the crib with the kids. They supposed to be having a family night, playing spades and stuff like the old days. And they like, where Poppy? And she was like, I don't know, he running late or whatever. And next thing we know, we see Lorenzo drunk leaving a bar, or leaving the bar that they probably own. I think he was leaving the bar that they own together, or that the family owned or whatever. He was drunk. He heads to his car. He sees a nail in the tire. So he pulls the nail out the tire. And I'm like, duh, this is a setup, Lorenzo, but you're drunk. So I guess that's the reason why he wasn't paying attention. So he goes into the back of the trunk of the car to pull out a spare tire. And while he's trying to get the spare tire out, he's slashed in the throat from behind. So he falls to the ground, child, gurgling, coughing up blood and stuff. And Gordo steps over him, was like, this is for my father, or whatever he said, or whatever, and left him there to pass on and gone to them heavenly gates to Jesus along with Zeke. And what was crazy is that all of this happened right there in front of Zeke's memorial, which was crazy. So we see Gordo send Monet a text message saying it's done and thank you. And so the end of the episode, we just see Monet sitting there, and it's like she's digesting what was just told to her, that Lorenzo is gone and it's been taken care of. And then she has this sinister smirk on her face like, gotcha, bitch. Now this is all mine. So like I said, it's going to be an all-out war coming up with Monet taking over, and Kane, loved being the head of the family when he was blackmailing his father. So to go from running things to now being pushed back is going to be a problem for Kane, because you know he been wanting to be in that position anyway. When Diana finds out that Monet was the one that had her poppy killed, oh baby, this mother-daughter war is really going to be something. Oh, it's really going to be something, because Diana is not going to stop until she takes Monet down. And Monet already can't stand Diana, so she done told her already, I'll kill you. And by now we see that she would actually kill you. And then when Monet finds out that Kane knew the whole time, she gonna really be looking at him crazy and probably try to kill him too, because she won't be able to trust him. So the whole Tejada family is just about to be all over the place. It's about to be crazy. I can't wait to see how they're going to include Evelyn more into the storyline, because I feel like them bringing on the actress that plays her character is just not for a few pop-ins. Like, I feel like her character will be of importance very, very soon. And I can't wait to see how Lauren being alive, which I hate, is going to play out, especially when Effie and Brayden learn that she's alive, and what's going to happen between Effie and Tariq, because he can't trust her, and he can't even trust Lauren though at the same time, because she's on the, prosecuting, side right about now. And like she said, she'd never be able to be with somebody like that. That's why the perfect person for him is Diana. And then Diana gonna be out here alone like he is, with no family, no nothing, because her daddy gone. Her mama hate her. You know what I'm saying? They're perfect for each other. But that's just my thoughts. Overall, I'm gonna give the episode of Power, for entertainment purposes, a C plus. It was cute. You guys let me know what y'all thought about the episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.